We are solving inequalities and compound inequalities, and in this case we want to solve the following inequalities and graph the solution set on the number line. Write your answer using interval and set builder notation. So this one we have compound inequalities because we are joined by the conjunction and or. So for practice 9 and 10, we are going to use our compound inequalities. So we can go ahead and we can solve this. We can solve both of these separately. So the first thing we do is we subtract 5 from both sides, and we get negative 8 is less than or equal to 2x. Then we can divide by 2, and then we get negative 4 is less than or equal to x. In this case, I always want to have my variable on the left-hand side, so I'm just going to change those. And then I have to make sure that the open side goes to the variable and the pointed side goes to the constant. All right, these two things mean the same thing. This is just going to help me graph it. Next one, we're going to subtract 5 and subtract 5, and then we get 2x is less than or equal to 14. And then we can divide by 2, and we get x is less than or equal to 7. Now, we have the conjunction and, so we have to make sure we pay attention to that. So I'm going to write that down to remind myself that it has to be this and also this. So the smallest value here is negative 4. So x is greater than negative 4, so I'm going to write negative 4 down. Greater than or equal to, so I'm going to put a closed dot. And this one says x is less than or equal to 7. So I'm going to put 7 here, and it's equal to, so it's going to be that. So negative 4 going this way, 7 going this way. We want to have the and or the intersection, so only the parts that are in both. So only the parts that are in both are that one. Set builder notation, we would write it as negative 4 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 7. It's less than or equal to because these are both closed dots and because it originally was that. If we write it in interval notation, we start at negative 4 and we go to 7. So negative 4 to 7. And these are included, so we're going to use brackets. Next example we have, go to problem 10, practice 10. Subtract 3, and we get 2x is less than 2. Divide by 2, and we get x is less than 1. Here we can add 7, and we get 4x is greater than 16. Divide by 4, and we get x is greater than 4. And this says or. So I want to write that down because I want to make sure I pay attention to that. So this says x is less than 1. So I'm going to put the open circle and 1, and it's everything that's less than 1. And this says x is greater than 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4, and that's open circle, and that says x is greater than 4. So everything greater than 4. Now, because this is or, we don't have to worry about overlap, so we have to account for all this. So this arrow means it goes to negative infinity. This arrow means it goes to positive infinity. So in set builder notation, it's basically just this. X is less than 1, or x is greater than 4. In interval notation, we have to account for two different intervals. We have this interval, and we just have to account for negative infinity, 1, 4, and infinity. So the smallest value is negative infinity, and that goes all the way to 1. So everything between negative infinity and 1 is included. Infinity and negative infinity are never included. In this case, we have an open circle, so we have a parenthesis there. Then we skip a little bit, and then we go to 4, and that goes all the way to infinity. So from 4 to infinity, all those numbers are included in between there. Infinity is never included. Because we have an open circle here, 4 is not included. And then we have to pay attention to what symbol we use. So this one's OR. So remember, OR means union.